Hey guys! Today we'll be covering a 2021 miniseries called Love in a Black Hole. This series revolves around a girl named Shin Yoon-ha, who is a space science and astronomy major. She is a bright student with an insatiable curiosity and a well-developed imagination. Her childhood best friend Tae-young also studies the same subjects as her and is an aspiring musician. It turns out the two of them are in a music club at their college, and Tae-young spends the majority of his time in the music room. One day when they enter the music room, she asks him to return a phone charger she had lent him a while back. Strangely, Tae-young can't find the charger and he thinks that someone might have stolen it. He also claims that some other stuff has gone missing, such as a water bottle and pencils. It's then revealed that Yoon-ha is moving to a new apartment the next day, so she asks Tae-young for help. However, Tae-young replies that he has an audition tomorrow and can't make it. Later, Yoon-ha asks another one of her friends named Hae Myung for help. He reluctantly agrees to help, and the next day, Myung helps move all the furniture and appliances into her new apartment. Suddenly, a water bottle rolls towards Myung's feet and he recognizes it. It's revealed that the bottle is actually Myung's, and he accuses Yoon-ha of stealing it. The latter is equally shocked at how the bottle got there and promises with all her heart that she didn't steal it. Shortly after, Myung notices mold forming on the ceiling directly above Yoon-ha's bed. He tries to wash the mold off, but to no avail, so Yoon-ha says that she will talk to the landlord to get it fixed. Later that night, after she falls asleep, the mold on the ceiling starts to glow blue and expands in size. Suddenly, an unidentified object falls from the mold, but it goes unnoticed by Yoon-ha. The next morning, she wakes up and proceeds to go to the bathroom. To her surprise, she finds the charger Tae-young had lost on her bedroom floor. Following this, she also notices the mold's change in size, but dismisses it as nothing too serious. The same night, Yoon-ha reminisces about her ex-boyfriend and breaks down into tears. As she lies down on her bed, Yoon-ha notices the mold starting to glow. Unable to comprehend what is going on, she stares at the ceiling in awe. Meanwhile, Tae-young is in the campus music room composing some songs when he drops his pencil and it rolls under the table. When he goes to retrieve it, the pencil is nowhere to be seen. Simultaneously, the same pencil falls from the mold and Yoon-ha catches it. Puzzled, she muses about what the moldy substance on the ceiling could possibly be. Well acquainted with the science and theories surrounding black holes, Yoon-ha is soon convinced that the spot on her ceiling is actually a white hole. They are the exact opposite of black holes. Instead of pulling objects into it, white holes seem to push things out. Furthermore, for the white hole to exist, there should be a corresponding black hole to suck things in. Later, when everyone leaves class, she informs her professor about the strange phenomenon. However, the professor suggests that she's crazy, as no scientific studies have ever proven the existence of white holes. Determined to gather proof, later that night, she tries to record a video of the white hole. But just then, her ex-boyfriend Ju-sub calls her and asks him to meet her. Shortly after, Ju-sub shows outside her house and it turns out that he is very drunk. After talking for a bit about their broken relationship, Ju-sub is desperate to get Yoon-ha back and grabs her hand. He tries to forcefully drag her back to his home, but she resists. Out of the blue, Yoon's classmate Seung-won arrives and tells Ju-sub to back off. One thing leads to another, and the two get into a brutal fight. It finally ends when Sung-woo knocks the drunk Ju-sub out cold. Following this, Yoon-ha then takes Seung-won back inside her apartment to treat the cut on his face. The two talk for a bit, and it's clear they have chemistry. After a while, Sung-woo leaves, and Yoon-ha dozes off. The next day, Tae-young goes to a music audition, but is given the cold shoulder by the judges. Later, he expresses his discontent to Yoon-ha, and she too gets mad at the judges. Suddenly, Sung-woo approaches her and asks if she's doing okay. Yoon-ha says she's fine and hands him his drumsticks, which fell from the white hole. It turns out that Sung-woo is also in the music club and lost his drumsticks a while back. Later during class, Yoon-ha realizes that everything that has fallen from the white hole has come from the music room. So she figures that the corresponding black hole must be inside the music room. After class, she makes her way into the music room and searches around for a miniature black hole, but to no avail. Moments later, Myung rushes into the room to check on Yoon-ha after finding out what Ju-sub had done to her. However, she reassures him that everything is fine before leaving. Later in the day, Yoon-ha, Sung-woo, and his good friend Anna all go to watch Tae-young's street performance. Later on the way home, they notice a stall with a letterbox with a sign saying, "A letter to you." It turns out that this stall allows people to write love letters that will be delivered anonymously to the receiver a year later. Curious, all four of them write their own letters and place them inside the letterbox. Many days pass by and Yoon-ha gets all sorts of random objects which fall from the white hole, ranging from guitar picks and socks, and also many love letters. One day, a crumpled piece of paper falls from the hole and she throws it in the bin. However, she gets curious and takes the ball of paper out to see what is written on it. To her shock, the paper reads, "To my love, Yoon-ha." it's revealed that the paper is actually a love letter intended for Yoon-ha, but she is clueless as to who wrote it. She then narrows her possibilities down to 3 of her friends, Taeyong, Sungwoo, and Haemyoung. All of them are in the music club where she presumes a black hole to be. The next day, Yoon-ha, along with Anna, Taeyong, Sungwoo, and Haemyoung, all decide to dine together as their semester exams are finished. So, later that night, all 5 of them go to a nearby restaurant and have fun. As the friends chat, it's revealed that Sungwoo turned down Anna when she asked him out. Later, a student who is also a member of the music club shows up at the restaurant. He starts making sexual slurs about Anna even after Sungwoo asks him to leave. Hearing this, Yoon-ha loses her temper and berates the man, causing him to run away. Following this, Yoon-ha and Anna go to the bathroom together. All of a sudden, Anna asks Yoon-hae whether or not she and Taeyong are dating. When Yoon-ha denies it, Anna reveals her infatuation towards Taeyong. She also asks Yoon-ha if she minds if she tries to get close to Taeyong, and the latter reluctantly agrees. One day, Taeyong gets drunk and Yoon-ha walks him home late at night. On the way, he confesses his true feelings towards her. Taeyong asks if he could become more than just her friend and asks her out. He also reveals that he has always loved Yoon-ha from when they were kids, but he hasn't had the courage to spill it till now. However, Yoon-ha doesn't want to risk losing her best friend, so she rejects Taeyong, breaking his heart. The next day after class, Sungwoo asks Yoon-ha in front of Taeyong if she wants to go see the stars. Yoon-ha hesitantly accepts the offer, much to Taeyong's dismay. Later, Taeyong is in the music room when suddenly Anna walks in. Wanting to make Yoon-ha envious too, he asks Anna if she wants to go stargazing together. She excitedly agrees on the condition that before they go, they have dinner at Taeyong's favorite place. However, during the dinner, all he could think about was Yoon-ha. Meanwhile, Sungwoo and Yoon-ha make their way to the mountain and soon stumble across Taeyong and Anna. There is some tension in the air as Taeyong and Yoon-ha constantly glance at each other. Shortly after, the 4 of them reach the mountaintop, and with the help of Sungwoo's telescope, they stargaze. They have a good time, and when they return back down, Sungwoo offers to take Yoon-ha back in his car, while Taeyong and Anna decide to have a drink before going home. When the 2 make their way into a restaurant, Anna confronts Taeyong about his true intentions. She is aware that he invited her to stargaze only to check out Yoon-ha and make her feel jealous. Nonetheless, she doesn't stress about it and continues to drink into the night. Meanwhile, Sungwoo drops off Yoon-ha at her home. A few hours pass by, and Anna becomes very drunk. She confesses her feelings towards Taeyong and leans on his shoulder. Anna is so drunk that she can't remember where she lives. With that, Taeyong carries her to Yoon-ha's place for her to spend the night there. However, Yoon-ha notices that something is off with Anna, so she kicks Taeyong out to talk to her. It's then revealed that Anna pretended to be drunk and forget her address, with hopes that Taeyong would take her back to his own place. However, her plan failed, and he ended up taking her to Yoon-ha instead. We also learn that Anna's alcohol tolerance is very high, as the 2 girls start drinking again. Shortly after, Yoon-ha goes to the bathroom and suddenly the white hole begins to glow and a photo falls onto the bed. Anna doesn't notice the white hole, but when she looks at the photo, her jaw drops to the ground. Just as Yoon-ha returns, Anna quickly takes off with no explanation. One day, Taeyong helps Anna film a video for her project, which takes all day. In the evening, the 2 talk for a while and start to bond. Then, all of a sudden, Anna kisses Taeyong, leaving him in utter shock. However, it's clear that Taeyong isn't interested in starting a relationship with Anna, as he still has feelings for Yoon-ha. On the other hand, Yoon-ha and Sungwoo go out for dinner. There, Sungwoo gets very drunk and starts to get sappy. He confesses his love for Yoon-ha, which leaves her speechless. The next day, Yoon-ha revisits the stall with the letterbox and proceeds to write a love letter to Sungwoo. In the next scene, Taeyong finally admits his reason for manipulating Anna. So, Anna shows him the photo she found in Yoon-ha's room, which causes him to leave without saying a word. Afterwards at school, Anna confronts Yoon-ha and asks to clear things up. She then shows her the photo of Yoon-ha kissing Sungwoo. Anna assumes that the 2 are dating. However, according to the date on the photo is from the future and is going to be taken a month later on Yoon-ha's birthday. She figures this out and tries to explain it to Anna, but the latter doesn't believe her. Later that day, Sungwoo intentionally leaves a note beside Yoon-ha as she is studying. Later, she reads it and learns that the love letter she received from the white hole were all from Sungwoo. In the next scene, Yoon-ha is awakened by a sudden noise coming from outside her room. Thinking it's an intruder, she immediately gets up and instead of texting Sungwoo or the police, she texts Taeyong. However, it turns out that the noise is coming from a cat that has gotten into her apartment. Yoon-ha assumes that the cat must have come through the white hole. She then tells Taeyong everything about the white hole and also shows him the picture of her kissing Sung-woon. To confirm his suspicion, he asks if they are dating or not. Yoonho replies that the photo is from the future and that she is not dating him, which Taeyoung finds hard to believe. The next day, Anna convinces Taeyoung to audition for a music production company called Big Pictures. After a bit of back and forth, they agree to audition together as a duo to increase their chances of getting selected. Later that day, Taeyoung is practicing his songs in the music room when Yoonho shows up. As the two talk, we learn that Yoonho was once a very good singer who posted videos on the internet with Taeyoung's help. However, she stopped due to immense criticism from her friends, and one time, she even got beat up by her classmates. Furthermore, they bashed her guitar, which made her lose all motivation. Ultimately, she decided to sing only in front of Taeyoung, as she trusts him. Before Yoonho leaves the music room for her next class, Taeyoung thanks her for thinking of him last night when she thought an intruder had broken in. Meanwhile, Anna eavesdrops on their entire conversation and finds out that Yoonho had Taeyoung over at her place the previous night. One day while Taeyoung is talking to Mayung about his love life, he receives a call from Big Pictures Music. It turns out that he had already sent them a demo of his songs, and to his surprise, the company loves it. The production company has scheduled an audition for Taeyoung on July 6. Suddenly, he remembers Yoonho's birthday is also on the same day. Meanwhile, Yoonho takes a stroll with Sung-woon when they are suddenly confronted by Anna. She warns Yoonho to maintain her distance from Taeyoung and create boundaries. Anna still thinks that the two are dating and advises her not to call Taeyoung anymore. Later after their classes, Sung-woon asks Yoonho if they will ever be more than just friends. In reply, she asks if he has plans on July 6th. The scene then cuts to Taeyoung and Anna practicing for their auditions at Big Picture Music, which takes place the next day. At night, Yoonho is playing with her cat when the white hole suddenly drops a pen drive on her bed. Eager to see what it is, she quickly opens her laptop and inserts the pen drive. To her horror, it's a video of the future depicting an accident involving Taeyoung and Anna while they are heading to Big Pictures. It turns out that the two are traveling by train that same night. So, Yoonho immediately heads to the station while on the phone, urging Taeyoung not to get on the train. She makes it just in time and manages to convince them not to get on. Later, they watch the news, which says that an accident occurred at the same place where Taeyoung and Anna were headed. On July 6th, Taeyoung and Anna hang out in a park together, while Yoonho and Sung-woon prepare to go on a date. However, Anna finally realizes that Taeyoung's love for Yoonho can never be changed. So, she advises him to go to the place where the photo of Sung-woon and Yoonho will be taken on her birthday. Taeyoung feels a sense of hope and goes running out to find her, but to no avail. Suddenly, Yoonho runs towards him from behind and gives him a hug. The two finally understand their love for each other and kiss. Days pass by and the two become so close that they start singing together. This leads them to getting invited to Big Picture Music again for an audition. The two manage to nail the audition and secure a spot to work with the huge company. Finally, Taeyoung and Yoonho decide to move in together, and she sells the apartment to Hae-myung. She tells him about the white hole and asks him to take good care of it. The series ends with Taeyoung and Yoonho finally discovering the black hole beneath the table in the music room.